Hey folks, welcome to another VR video. Today we're going to check out a little bit of Demeo in a different way than I normally do. Their recent Curse of the Serpent Lord module came out, and I was excited to play it, and I played through bits of it. I haven't been successful in defeating the new Serpent boss, but I did get to check out the new character, a warlock named Oana, and her trusty Astacat Kana, who, unlike the wizard that was previously in the game, the sorcerer, the magic is used a little bit differently. It's more wild. And so I wanted to explore the different talents that the different characters in the game have. Before we get started, I do want to thank the MetaQuest Ambassador Program for access to the hardware used in this video, and the folks at Resolution Games for access to Demeo. I actually had access to the Curse of the Serpent Lord content a little bit early. Much appreciated. So we're going to go ahead and hit close on this news bulletin. And we're going to jump into a skirmish so that I can show you a little bit about each of the characters and the different ways that you can use them in the game. So we're going to play with a party size of 4, so that I can play as 4 different characters. And we're going to choose not the Black Sarcophagus, the first adventure, not the Realm of the Rat King, not Roots of Evil, but Curse of the Serpent Lord. Look at that massive serpent. Definitely intimidating. And for our heroes, we're going to go with a Guardian, a Sorcerer, an Assassin to start with. So let's take a look at the 4 characters that we're going to play as. So I had selected a Guardian. Sigrin is the Guardian of the Realm. She's a champion of the Royal Guard and has deftly wielded her keen spear and mighty shield in countless battles. In combat, she is a stalwart companion, always ready to step into the fray and draw the enemy's ire to protect her allies. And what I love about this section here is you can actually get real up close to the characters. In fact, they've just recently added the ability to paint miniatures, which is pretty awesome. Our sorcerer character is Zetacar, Sorcerer of the Spheres. Zetacar is a true seeker of knowledge and widely traveled. He is no stranger to combat, having had to defend himself numerous times during his long journeys, and he employs elemental magic to corral and destroy his enemies with a devastating effect. So let's lean in here on Zetacar a bit. Very cool character. Now, I do want to mention, while I am playing on Quest 2, I am playing using the PC version of the game, so the graphics are a little bit better than you might see on the Quest 2, but otherwise, the same game. Kai is an assassin of the shadows. They keep their gender and age concealed, so I'm not sure if this is a he or a she, so I'm going to refer to them as they. Kai is an enigma, begging to be solved, and they keep their gender and age well concealed behind the mask that they always wear. In combat, Kai is rarely seen, only marked by the enemies falling left and right, blood still squirting from their cut arteries. So as you can see, this is Kai. You can see their mask, their hidden blades. Just love the characters in this one. And then the character I'm going to select right now is Island, the Hunter of the Woods, who so far is my favorite character in this game. I've played as Island, playing with others often. I've played as really all of these characters in one shape or form, but Island has a special place in my heart because I love ranged attacks and kind of holding back while others charge in. So Island has lived all her life in the communion with nature, and as the daughter of the royal gamekeeper, she learned to shoot a bow almost before she was weaned. In combat, she prefers to stay back and pick off her enemies at a distance, just like I just described. Perfect character, Island. Perfect. Let's go ahead and take a look at Island's back here. So we're going to select Island and we're going to jump in. We'll get to the other 2 characters after we kind of go through a little bit of this first level with these first 4 characters. Because again, this video is really to focus on the different abilities that are repeatable and different cards that you're able to select with the different characters. It might help you make better choices when you're playing this game with friends.
Where should I go?
So again, this is the Curse of the Serpent Lord. This is a desert-based module. So there's a lot of heat and a lot of cold you have to worry about. You also want to make sure you carry water flasks. Everybody's got one now because we are in the desert. And you don't want to get dehydrated. So Island's going to kick down the gate to this desert.
Welcome to Hysteria, deep inside the Ronth Desert. It was once a tranquil place, until recently, as it's now a site ravished by the snake god Izdir.
So Izdir is the Serpent Lord, in case you haven't figured that out. What I do want to show you is the different cards and different things that you can do as each of these characters. So I might not even do attacks in this round. I might just show you the different characters and what they can do. So Island comes with 2 repeatable cards, arrows. They're a ranged attack. Typically, they can do 3 damage. Unless you get a critical, they can do up to 6 damage. It's a 1-turn cooldown for each of these cards, but you get 2 actions per turn. So you can actually shoot 2 arrows if you don't do anything else with your turns and hit an enemy twice or hit 2 enemies, whatever you choose. You can also hit these lamps that are in the middle here. So if there were enemies all around, it might be smart to hit this ice lamp and freeze those enemies, give them some cold attack. In addition to the arrows, at least when you start out with a poison tip, which is a high damage arrow with a poisoning effect. Now that only attacks 1 enemy for 5 damage or 10 damage if critical, but it also poisons them, so they get poisoned attacks for the next few turns. And then Hail of Arrows, which blankets an area with deadly projectiles. So that's got a normal attack of 4 points or a critical attack of 8 points, and that will hit anything within a 3x3 area. So typically you're going to save the Hail of Arrows or the poison tip for more powerful enemies, whereas the arrows you might use on a regular turn. So we'll move Island forward just a little bit further here. Let's see what happens. I do see 1 enemy up here, but obviously we're not going to hit them just yet. So next we're going to pull out Sigrin. And Sigrin has a repair armor card. So what you'll look at when you see Sigrin here, they've got 10 out of 10 hit points, but they also have these 5 little markers. Those 5 markers are 5 additional hit points for their shielded armor. So you can replenish some of your armor each time you use this repair armor card, but it does take 1 of your turns, so 1 of your actions would be used to repair your armor. Again, it cools down. You can use it once per turn, essentially. So typically, when I'm playing as Sigrin, I will use 1 action and then repair my armor if it's been depleted in my second action. So it gives Sigrin, as a tank, the ability to absorb a lot more damage. The 2 kind of special cards that always you start out with as Sigrin are the Piercing Throw, which is a 5 attack or 10 if critical, and that will attack 8 spots in a row in a single line. So 8 by 1, and that will damage all enemies in a straight line with that throw. They also have a Whirlwind attack, which is a spinning sweep that damages all adjacent enemies, and that goes in a 3x3 area around your character with a normal attack of 3 or a critical attack of 8. So that's a pretty good one if you're kind of stuck in the middle of a bunch of enemies. Up next, we've got Zetacar the Sorcerer. And with Zetacar, we've got a couple of attacks now. One used to be the only attack that we had, which was Zap. And Zap damages and stuns your foe with a 1-turn cooldown for 1 attack or a critical attack of 3. Overcharge is a new card, which allows you to overcharge yourself with electric energy. And then the 2 additional kind of more powerful cards that always start out are Fireball, which incinerates the center and burns the surrounding area in a 3x3 area. And that includes a 10 attack or a critical attack of 20, which is massive. And then Freeze, which freezes your enemy solid with this icy spell. A normal attack of 3, a critical attack of 9, again in a 3x3 area. And then our final character here is Kai. Whoops, I have to move Zetacar forward a bit. And with Kai, the assassin, can do some cool stuff too. Sneak is the ability that they typically have available to them. And this is one that lets you move about unseen. And when you're unseen, that means you have stealth, and the characters around you can't see you, but if you attack them, you'll be revealed to them. And then the two additional cards that Kai has available are Blink, which is getting close and personal to deal massive damage. So typically if you're using Blink, you can kind of teleport over toward an enemy so that they don't see you, and then use 7 attack or 14 attack if critical, and then a Poison Bomb, which you throw at the enemies, worth 2 attack for critical, and that's a 3x3 area. Releases a cloud of noxious poison fumes and poisons, so that means that you've got more damage happening afterward. So we're going to go in now.
Monster, move.
Ready to hunt.
So now we're going to go ahead and use an arrow so you can see how the cards work. Roll our die.
Just like time.
And that's 3 damage, and as you can see, the arrow card
Straight.
So using 2
Death
arrows
take
killed
you.
out that enemy. Sigrin, we're just gonna do a standard attack. But as you can see, they've lost some armor, so we're gonna use the repair armor attack.
I have repaired my arm.
Zetacar can just use Zap from afar here. Oh wait, nope, have to move first. We'll use Zap.
Let lightning smite you! Gone.
And then we will make Kai
I'll just
Stealth?
sit here for a bit.
And with Kai, we'll move through this door to see what's on the other side.
I'll move the monsters now.
Wow, that is a lot of enemies. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. But we've already got the fire elemental
What
over
should
here.
I do?
We're gonna attack this little goblin guy.
Die.
And I was hoping we could use this hail of arrows already, but not really. Can't really use any of these attacks from where we're currently situated. So what we're actually going to do is skip the rest of this turn, because I don't want to move forward. I want to stay concealed. And we'll move Sigrin forward. We'll have Sigrin attack. And then we'll have Sigrin attack this guy. And that Corrupted Rage is not what I wanted to do, because now we're attacking my own characters, and I was trying to avoid that. Unfortunately, it did not work out. So we're going to use Zap.
Lightning to me!
Zap worked great.
Fight me!
And then I'm going to try to use... Whoops, can't use Freeze Oh yeah, we can. So our fire elemental is frozen. And Kai here can move forward and attack.
Okay, monster time.
I'm ready. Death take you!
I don't want death to take them. We're going to do a hail of arrows just so that you can see it. It may kill Kai, but that's okay because again we're just playing this not for serious but for fun. Now Island has already gotten forward.
I will vanquish you.
That is not cool. A Ronth Scorpion just showed up. Let's see if we can do a piercing throw. The Ronth Scorpion. And of course, the Corrupted Rage there. Now we're going to use a Fireball. Just so you can see the attack. Check this out. And somehow we've got an ice lamp now. That's pretty cool. Alright. So Kai is going to use their healing potion. And then, so that you can see it, we're going to use Blink to attack this guy. We didn't need that, but just so you can see the attack. There we go. Now they're dead. And we'll have Kai pick up some gold here.
Time to move those enemies.
And I'm going to assume that the enemies start coming in. Oh, they didn't. Interesting. Alright, so I'm gonna move up here. Don't attack my character. What are you doing? Sometimes I gotta wonder. So Zetacar's up there. Gonna move Kai up as well.
It is the enemy's turn.
I'm ready to go.
Gonna move Island up here. Use that healing fountain. That also cleared Sigrin of the Corrupted Rage. We're gonna actually use the repair armor first.
My plate and mail have been repaired.
We're gonna move forward to right here. We'll see if that is just treasure, so that is not where we want to go. Do Zetacar over here. Wow, look at all that corruption. We're not going to go that way. We're still going to go down. Kind of meet in the middle over there. There is a reptilian brute over there. That is not a good sign. At least you can see the enemy. We've got this giant reptilian brute, which is an impressive enemy. They're kind of stuck in the wall though. But as you can see, they've been attacked many times. They've got arrows, they've got swords, they've got lots of stuff stuck in them. And then this is a reptilian mage behind them, which doesn't have all those scars, but also pretty impressive. So they're new enemies for this area. And over here, we've just got a goblin, which you may have seen in other areas as well. So we're going to move Kai down here. Just have Kai attack the goblin here.
One.
Backstab attack. You've got a follower of Istar. Oh, sorry, Iztir, which is the snake character. So lots of new enemies. Look at that corrupted rage. The corruption going through has now enraged our character Kai. So you can get a general idea of how the gameplay works for this level before we move on and show what the other characters in the game can do. So I think I have a whirlwind attack. Let's see if we go right here. I want to do a whirlwind attack. I want to do a whirlwind attack. I guess we'll do right there. This is going to attack Kai as well. But you can see this attack. Now, if we overcharge, that gives us the ability to do, see, it makes lightning bolt. So the overcharge allows you to do lightning bolt on your next turn. We're going to do sneak.
Time to go.
Oh no.
Now it's the enemy turn.
Where should I go?
Our reptilian brute here gets to be
Dipped
poisoned.
in poison.
Now, unfortunately, I have had no crits whatsoever. There we go. There's our first critical attack. I don't have any other attacks other than hit the brute as hard as I can. And again, we're lacking armor, so we're going to go ahead and repair our armor.
The repair's done.
And now, we're going to use lightning bolt. And I missed. What a darn shame. So now Zetacar here is just going to go collect whatever is in this treasure chest. And then Kai is going to sneak down here. Sadly, just a normal attack. But now we can do a poison bomb. Toss it on the two of them.
A noxious surprise for you.
And that should poison the two, but they are both immune to poison, it looks like. And there's the enraging, and this is going to kill my whole team, it looks like.
They will tremble.
Oh, Zetacar's still alive. Alright, let's throw a bone. Let's, No, we can't throw a bone. There's no character to throw a bone to. Let's go ahead and zap. Can I zap from here? I should be able to, I think. Oh, nope. Can't zap. Now let's zap. Now we'll probably die, because Zetacar is the last person alive here. I think. Yeah, the other three are dead. Well, I could heal. If I can find my character. She's right here, I think, right? Everyone's all tangled up. She's up there, okay. So let's use the healing potion.
I'll live a while longer.
And now we will use Call Companion, which is another one of her specific cards, which is actually similar, you'll see, to when Oana is playing.
Here, girl.
That's Varachka. And then we'll do Heaven's Fury, which is going to basically attack everyone, including myself.
Heaven's fury strike you.
So worth it. I love that card. So I've killed my characters kind of intentionally.
Die
With the last
already.
champion downed, your quest comes to a sudden end. You have failed. You fought valiantly, but alas,
Did I?
your last
Did I
champion
really?
has fallen, and your
I don't-
quest has failed.
Feel like I fought valiantly, and neither does the game since I got 0 XP for that adventure. But what we're going to do is just look at the other 2 characters. So we're just going to play a party of 2. One of our characters is going to be the Warlock, and the other is going to be the Bard. So you're going to get to meet those 2 characters before we close out this video. So first off, we've got the Bard. Molthus is not to be underestimated, being a Bard. One might think his flair and quirks tainted with poetic gestures and words, but do not be deceived, as he is a combatant to fear and a singer of once-lost songs that leave enemies ravaged. Molthus is the singer of the mortal sonnets. And then the newest character, Oana, is a warlock of the ancients. Oana is a steadfast warlock and a mighty warrior, always accompanied by her Astacat Kena. Few conjurers measure up to Oana's spellcasting prowess, and she will not hesitate to employ her ever-sharp weapon, Hena, if the situation turns dire. So we'll look at their fronts, kind of together here, as a duo, and then their backs. And I love how the little lamp there kind of trails as I move around. It's very cool. All right, so we are going to select the Bard Molthus.
It's my time.
So we've got Molthus and Oana, and as you can see, Oana also has Kena with her. Molthus is going to go grab the water flask here. And there's already the Courage Shanty, which I could deploy right now, and strengthens the courage of your ally.
You're braver than you
As you
think.
can see, her courage is now +3. And then you've got 2 Master's Calls, which, again, similar to Arrow, she can use these attacks. What she does is she fires a magical projectile from this little glowing lamp, and it instructs Kena to attack a certain thing, or it marks someone for an attack. She's also got the Astral Strike, which is a magical strike, firing a flurry of projectiles at foes, and the Feral Charge, which commands Kena to charge, attacking all in its path. The Feral Charge has 3 damage or 6 critical for 10 straight line in a row. Astral Strike is 1 damage for a 5x5 area, and the Master's Call is either 1 or 3 damage. So we'll go ahead and move Oana forward. We will open the door again.
Welcome to Hysteria, deep inside the Ronth Desert. It was once a
Got a
tranquil
character down here we
place
can attack.
until recently, as it's now a site ravished by the snake god Izdir.
So we're going to move Molthus forward. And Molthus, as you saw before, has the Courage Shanty, so we can strengthen the courage of an ally in 3 phases. Each time their courage starts to waver, we can add another Courage Shanty.
Find the courage
As you
within.
can see, they're now courageous ×2. We're going to move forward. And I'm hoping I can do a Master's Call here. I can. So what this does, again, we're going to fire that.
Sting
Check this
and
out.
scratch.
So it marks the enemy, And then Kana runs forward, charges, and attacks that enemy. If we're lucky, Kana will attack twice. And then Kana comes back toward Iwana. And there's a giant spider, and it's just been teleported toward our characters. So we might be in a bit of trouble already, as we're now tangled in its webs. What is great is if they kill Kana, Kana will regenerate after a couple of turns. In addition to the Courage Shanty, there's a Song of Recovery that will help you to recover health over time for your allies. And then the other card that the Bard opens with is the Hurricane Anthem. This just summons a chaotic hurricane that moves at random. So if I place it right here, it may randomly do something cool like move that giant spider out of the way, or it may just sit there, or it may move out of the way altogether. We'll see as time goes on. For now, though, I don't think I can do a whole lot because I can only move one space. I can, however, do an Astral Strike on this giant spider. So let's do that. Oh, beautiful. It's critical as well.
Just accept your fate.
So that killed a bunch of characters. We're going to do a Feral Charge now, just to demonstrate it.
Connor, don't hold back.
Kana is dealing lots of damage. And beautiful, the hurricane killed the giant spider. So we did as good as we possibly could there. And you got to see a bit of how each character works. I'm going to just zoom in on our two characters here as we close out. Iwana, a friend of mine, said looked a bit like Tina Turner, and I have to agree. She kind of does. She's awesome. She's badass. Molthus kind of reminds me of my friend Drew a bit. A little pointier chin. Fantastic bard. And Kana or Kana, I just want to pet the cat. Sometimes that's all you want to do is scritch under its chin, pet the cat. I hope you've enjoyed this video. This has been a look at the characters and a little bit of the Curse of the Serpent Lord Desert level in Demeo. I'll be back with more content soon. Until next time, get out there and enjoy some VR for yourselves. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.